While addressing a meeting of party workers, we're going to move on now. The National Conference leader, Omar Abdullah, who was detained over 200 days following the repealing of Article 370, has said, do not vote for the National Conference if you feel that the decision was not right, and don't vote if it has not changed your life for the better. He said that one question that we have to answer is, has the decision taken on August 5th, 2019 the right thing or not? The National Conference is currently contesting 3 seats and leaving 2 seats to Jammu. The Lok Sabha elections to Jammu and Kashmir will be held in 5 phases, and the counting, like the rest of the country, will take place on the 4th of June. We'll talk about this comment and what also it basically entails in terms of what's happening in Jammu and Kashmir at this point in time. Joining us on the show is Ijaz Hussain, senior BJP leader. We are also joined by Zishan Rana, NC leader, on the program. Advocate Vineet Jindal, lawyer Supreme Court, joins us on the program too. Sumit Peer, senior political commentator, with us on the program as well. Last but not the least, Dr. Ramesh Raina, Kashmiri Pandit, will be joining us on the program as well. Sumit, obviously, what Mr. Abdullah is trying to say is that the abrogation of Article 370 was not in favor of the Kashmiri, and whoever wants to see Article 370 remain at its status quo should not expect anything from them, and they should not expect anything from them in return as well. What do you make of this comment? Is it divisive?
Vinny, thank you very much for having me on your show. You know, it's in fact, when you have to announce your retirement from politics, you have to find dignified ways and you have to fight for dignified occasions to do it. I think Mr. Abdullah is in a way saying that I'm getting out of the politics because, no, you see, he's telling people if you're not benefited, if you're for the 370, do not vote for him. Anyway, he's not going to win the election. So then he will say, okay, look, the people did not vote for me because they're happy with 370. That is my exit from the politics. Now, if you go with your flavor of politics and you want to contest election there, then you will lose the election, then you will have no ground left, then they will be said people are against you. So he has already made an alibi. It's like the people said the EVMs are faulty, you know, every CBI, ED, everything is a caged parrot. It's something like that. If you're happy with 370, don't vote for me. The problem is that, Mr. Abdullah, everybody is happy with 370. The problem is 370 has changed everything. The problem is after 370, a lot of development, a lot of money has come into the Kashmir. If your set of politics doesn't blend with it, that's okay. So you are saying that if you are happy, don't vote for me. So tomorrow, when you retire from the politics, which you have already declared, in a way, I call it a premature retirement statement, you know, early retirement. What do you call a premature retirement statement? I want to retire from the politics. This is my condition. If I'm playing cricket, Vineet, you are playing cricket. You say, if there's a fast bowler, then I will not play. I will not bat. They will say, okay, go. I bat your pavilion. Mein. If there's a spinner, I will not face him. Then if the breeze is blowing from east to west, then I will not do this. These are some certain basic rules. You have to go and face the electorate on your manifesto. What is better you bring to the table, Mr. Abdullah? What you are doing? 370, 370, 370. Isn't this the agenda of Pakistan? Isn't this the agenda of ISI? Isn't this the agenda of those soft separatist forces who have been always trying to, break the India? And if this is the stand of Mr. Abdullah, who is a part of India Alliance, now the question is here important. What is the status of this of Rahul Gandhi? What is the status of Khargeji on this? What is the status of other leaders of India Alliance on this? Because your partner is saying that if anybody is happy with 370, do not vote for me. So that means you are challenging the 370, you are challenging the development, you are challenging the happiness of people, you are challenging the end of terrorism, you are challenging the investment coming into the Kashmir, you are challenging the going back to the normalcy, the way of life of Kashmir. So what do you want, Mr. Abdullah? You want hartals, you want hurriyats, you want patharbazi, you want terrorists coming and killing, you want those, people getting killed. You don't like 1.65 crore tourists visiting Kashmir. You don't like the investment coming into the Kashmir. You don't like the development happening in the Kashmir. You don't like the tunnels. You don't like the bridges. You don't like the terrorism is all time down. You don't let the investment and the, people from India going there. You don't like the locals going there. You don't like the budding startups, but you want that Pakistani agenda of Kashmir to live. And for that, you are saying that the 370 must survive. This is atrocious, Vineet. I think if you have to announce your retirement from the politics, Mr. Abdullah, do it in a dignified way. People get out of politics. They say,
okay, let's take a response to what you have said from Mr. Zishan Rana as well, NC leader. Mr. Rana, are you there with us?
I can hear you.
Right.
Yeah, I can hear you.
How do you respond to what Sumit has said? And do you think that what Mr. Omar Abdullah said was in the right spirit, considering that Jammu and Kashmir has seen unprecedented growth in the last few years, ever since the abrogation of Article 370?
See, I'm amazed with the way that my London friend was saying something that Article 370 is an agenda of Pakistan. Let me tell him one thing, that Article 370 was a part of Indian Constitution, not part of Pakistan's Constitution. So saying that Article 370 is an agenda of Pakistan, he's wrong on his part. On the other hand, with the statement made by Omar Abdullah Sahab yesterday, in a meeting, he said that voting is, I would say that voting is just not a civic duty. It is a powerful means of communication. So it is a way by which an individual can express his belief and his opinion. So this is a medium. If the people of Jammu and Kashmir feel that that the government of India has betrayed them after abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, this is the right time to give a befitting reply. So what we feel that Article 370 was a part of this constitution. It was given to us by the government of India in 1950, when the constitution of India came into force. Now by saying all these things, my friend from the other side is just trying to manipulate things. I would say that let us wait for the elections and for the results. Everybody will come to know the actual situation and the feeling of the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay, Mr. Ijaz Hussain, how do you respond to what Mr. Rana has said, that this is an opportunity to give a befitting reply to the government who has betrayed the trust of the people of Jammu and Kashmir by abrogating Article 370?
See, what I'm trying to say is what Omar Abdullah has told is very unfortunate. It's against the aspiration of people of Jammu and Kashmir, because after abrogation of Article 370, the people in Jammu and Kashmir has lived a dignified life, and they have breathed a change over in Jammu and Kashmir. Whatever Omar Abdullah is trying to say is same like whatever he told in DDC elections also. At that time also he told it's a kind of referendum, and then people voted against him, and when he thought that it's a referendum, at that time only he should have quit the politics, and saying all this is not in favor of Jammu and Kashmir. Everybody is sensible over here. They are seeing, they are judging whatever is happening over in Jammu and Kashmir. The development presently going on in Jammu and Kashmir cannot be backtracked by these few statements. Whatever Omar Abdullah is trying to justify is only the hollow slogans in the past, like self-autonomy, self-rule, and so. It's same like that. And in DDC elections also, you came to know what people actually want. At that time also, they tried to mislead the people that it's because of 370, people will reject BJP. But you saw the pockets where we won for the first time in BJP. In Kashmir also, we got 3 seats at that time. So it's up to people. The people are choosing wisely, and it's BJP who will be getting lead over in Jammu and Kashmir. And whatever Omar Abdullah has stated is very unfortunate. As a Kashmiri youth, I really object with his statement. He is going against the Supreme Court of India also. He is not taking anything from Constitution. Whatever my previous colleague told, he is taking agenda of separatism. I don't think we will not take Jammu and Kashmir back to the Stone Age. Whatever is happening right now is very good. Development is going on at the great pace. We are seeing new changes over here, the new laws being implementing in Jammu and Kashmir. For SC, ST community, Pahadi community, we are trying to give them the rights what they were snatched before 370. So obviously people of Jammu and Kashmir are wise enough. I am very sure that because of a statement of Omar Abdullah, he will be given a befitting reply by people of Jammu and Kashmir through votes.
All right. Dr. Raina, are you there with us? Dr. Raina?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, you know, in 2023, in December also, a 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court went on to say it held unanimously that the government's decision to abrogate Article 370 was right, and the bench also said that the article is part of the Constitution, it was a provision, and only the President had the power to revoke it. What is Mr. Omar Abdullah talking about at this point in time, and is that the only plank they have when it comes to wooing the voter of Jammu and Kashmir? And this also, according to you, do you think proves one point that they have been using this particular provision to stay in power for a long time?
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak here. Let me tell you, National Conference has ruled J&K for most of the time.
Correct.
From 1947 till 1990, it was a dynastic politics at play. And they crafted, they fine-tuned this whole usage of Article 370 in such a way that Article 370 became mother of terrorism, mother of separatism, and mother of secessionism. And cumulative impact of all these three things was that it fathered the forceful exodus of Kashmiri Pandits from the valley of Kashmir. And as a consequence, what happened that the separatism in the valley of Kashmir got mainstream to the extent that it created a political platform of its own by the name All-Party Hurriyat Conference. And this All-Party Hurriyat Conference ruled the roost for almost 30 years in Kashmir, where the mainstream politics was nowhere to be seen. All-Party Hurriyat Conference used to call shots. There was stone pelting, there was hartals, education institutions got shut. The whole life came to a grinding halt in the valley of Kashmir at the behest of All-Party Hurriyat Conference. And one more thing, the main political agenda of National Conference used to be those days greater autonomy. And it is to the amusement of all of us that they got this greater autonomy passed in the JK legislature. Now, what is greater autonomy? Greater autonomy is just reverting back to the agreement which was reached between India and Kashmir at that time, where you had only few things with the India and rest they enjoyed. And what we saw a political dysfunctional culture cropping up in the valley of Kashmir. And they did not rest here only. They created Gupkar Alliance. Gupkar Alliance, a conglomeration of 7 political parties in the valley. What is the agenda of Gupkar Alliance? The agenda of Gupkar Alliance is the restoration of Article 370, and that is what they are fighting. Therefore, I believe that this time the elections that National Conference is fighting, their political agenda is going to be the restoration of Article 370. And you have to make a distinction, you have to make a difference between Kashmir of 90s and Kashmir after 2019. And during these 5 years, as Mr. Sumit Peer very rightly said, we have seen Kashmir on the path of, on the trajectory of growth, on the trajectory of development. A lot of money has flowed in Kashmir. You can see the kind of Lal Chowk this time. Lal Chowk is symbolic of Kashmir. The Lal Chowk that we left in 1990 was different, and the Lal Chowk now is different. And it is what gives us the picture of real Kashmir, real Kashmir. That means we have seen, you can see the social media these days. Social media is full with the videos taken by young Kashmiris. They talk so high of the development in Kashmir. They talk about G20. See, we have to see the Gulf countries, they have invested almost 30,000 crores for the development of development projects in the valley of Kashmir. Now, very, very recently, we are likely to see the inauguration of the important bridge between Jammu and Kashmir, which is going to connect Kashmir through railways.
Okay, and you're saying all this has happened, all this has been possible because the government had the gumption and the right sense to abrogate Article 370. Advocate Jindal, if you're there with us. Advocate Jindal?
Yes.
Well, do you think it's, of any essence, or is it imperative for political parties to use this as a ruse when, this article, is perhaps beyond politics now?
Yes, look, this kind of statement making by this Omar Abdullah, I think it is very provocative and insightful statement, I think. Because 370 has already been gone, and our government has been done this, and our Honorable Supreme Court has accepted. Yes, it is has been repealed as per law. So after abrogation of 370, there are huge development we have seen. There are several projects has been taken place. The people are happy, and the incident of terrorism has been lowered down domestically. So this kind of development, this kind of things has been changed for Kashmir. I think these political parties, and I can say like this, that there are two specific persons, the specific gharanas, who has been taking this political aspirations since long in Kashmir. Now they are uncomfortable, as we have seen that now the money is always there in Kashmir for development, but now this money was given to the people of Kashmir directly by the central government. Now the middleman has been expelled. So I think this is the frustration. There's nothing else. The people of Kashmir is very happy. And in respect of 370 abrogation, that is very correct decision for the central government. And Kashmir is always integrated part of India. And our central government have a responsibility to develop each and every state of our country as the same. It is Delhi and it is like Kashmir.
All right.
So our central government is trying to develop in the same manner.
All right, Sumit Peer, we have a leader of the NC also here. Why do you think, the kind of growth which is definitely denied by the opposition still, that we're getting to see in Jammu and Kashmir, not available, not prevalent, not, obvious when some of these other parties were around for decades and decades on?
Vineet, the answer is very simple. If you want a paragraph, if you want a line, or if you want one word, if you want one word, it's Modi. That is what makes all the difference. Because it is the Modi magic, it is the Modi ji's doctrine of delivery. He believes in development delivered. He doesn't talk of a 20-year plan, he doesn't talk of a 50-year plan, he talks of 5 years. Is election se agle election tak kya? What will be delivered between the two? That is what, if you look at all over India, Modi's development has been in 5 years. Whatever he is, he will lay the foundation stone. He will do the inauguration within that tenure. That is a new brand of politics what India has. So I can, earlier I had to just lay the foundation stones, and then my grandchildren or somebody, if lucky, they will do the inauguration. No, it is I am laying the foundation stone. I am doing the inauguration. For example, if you talk of this railway link. I think the money got allocated in 1983. Why is it only after Modi ji came in, the things are hitting the ground, things are getting practically done? If you talk of the tunnels, if you talk of the development, it is the Prime Minister Modi's vision that development has to be delivered. Because earlier, a lot of money used to go to Kashmir through the leaders as political packages. 80,000 crore, 50,000 crore, where did the money go? We all know. Now here the money is not going to anybody. Money is going to build a road. So Mr. Nitin Gadkari builds a road. Airport, it is Mr. Scindia who will build the airport. And it is some banks have been opened, it is Nirmala ji who will do the banks. Some STPIs have to be opened, it's Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar who will ensure the STPIs are open. Then you have a very competent governor there, Sinha Saab, who is ensuring everything is done. So when for the first time in 10 years, Vineet, you see people are seeing the taste of development. Earlier it was all talk, there was no development. For example, have you, this year in December, 31st December, we did a program on NewsX. People up to 12 o'clock, bhai sahab, raat ke 12 baje, they were in Lal Chowk, they were around the boulevard. Can you imagine this 10 years back? Raat ko 12 baje around boulevard. In boulevard, couple of days back, that is the periphery of the Dal Lake, you had a Formula 1 race. You had those Formula 1 cars having a race there. Could you imagine a Formula 1 race in Kashmir? Could you imagine picture halls going to the night, even the night shift, the night shows are going full flow? Can you imagine nightlife there in Srinagar city? There was unheard of thing. After 6 o'clock, it was a ghost town. And today, if you look at the terrorists there, I think 99% of them are foreign terrorists. There are hardly any locals left. So if you look at the overall quantum of development, the people of Kashmir are seeing this development delivered. And as far as my learned friend was talking about, you see, Pakistan says we have to get back 370. And Omar Abdullah is also saying we have to get back 370. So that is why saying you both seem to have the same agenda. I mean, ISI wants 370 back because in 370, right to education was not there, IPC was not there, Supreme Court was not there. There were so many things which you could have not done because 370 was there. The kind of development which you are doing, you could not have done it. You have to give it to the local government and it was up to them, wo jo karenge, jaise karenge. So when these things are happening, when the people are seeing the taste of development, and then new parties are also cropped up. New breed of politicians have also cropped up. We have this young friend here, Ajaz engineer. So people like him have also cropped up. So when they are seeing that, वो हिंदी में कहते हैं ना राजनीतिक वर्चस्व खत्म हो रहा है, your fiefdom to power, your stranglehold on power is kind of going down the line.
No, it's not about power, Sumit. It's also about relevance. Power is when you are in power.
It's a relevance, Vineet. And there was a time, very soon the delimitation commission reports will be also implemented. There was a time, let me remind you again, sir, with 7% of the voting in Srinagar, Kashmir, Jammu votes full, Ladakh votes full, you will have a CM for PDP or NC selected with 7% of the voting. So this magic used to only happen in across India, was only happening in Kashmir. When those things are going, when people are seeing the development, and what Modi ji commits, he delivers. So Modi ji is not saying I'm going to do it in 20 years. It has been delivered. People are seeing the quantum of development. Tell me, sir, when 1.65 crore tourists come, who is going to benefit? The locals are going to benefit. I have seen that a one hotel room went more than ₹1 lakh a night, which is not good, but it happened. So who got the money? Did I get the money? No, somebody local got the money. Now, even if you want to do a booking today, you will not get any booking for next 3 months in the whole of Kashmir because so many people are going. Even my friends are going in the month of April. So the point I'm trying to make is when this development is coming, and Kashmir has enormous potential of tourism. Why can't we have STPIs there? Why can't we have these Formula One races there? Why can't we have this, what do you call mountaineering and mountaineering tourism here? Why can't we have skiing there? Why can't the saffron is a big business? Apple is a big business. Walnuts, they're all big business. The question is that if we let the potential unreeled, now the youth of Kashmir are realizing that after Modi ji has come, Modi ka Kashmir और पहले का कश्मीर में आसमान जमीन का फर्क है. Now everybody realizes that because they're seeing the development on the ground, and that aura which is resonating in the people, that image which is resonating in the people, is sending a chill down their spine. So what they have done, they have nothing else to offer. भाई 370 वापस लिया. मैं बता रहा हूँ 370 के पहले क्या था? गिलानी, हुर्रियत, हड़ताल, bum, barud, banduk. This was the reality. Now when the all is gone, why should people want 370 back? What has changed after 370? Only positive things, only development. Why should you go back to Stone Age and want that thing back? What does that give you for 70 years? Nothing. And what is it going to give for our next 170 years? No. And I'm wondering one thing. How come Pakistani government, ISI and some of our local politicians talk on the same lines? They all want 370 back.
Okay.
Bhai, ye rishta kya kehlata hai?
Okay, all right. Let's get a response from Mr. Rana on this. Zishan Rana, how do you respond to what Sumit has said that the NC is perhaps not even gunning for power anymore? They are scratching the surface when it comes to relevance. Why should the voter take them seriously?
I would say that BJP is known for making false promises. 5 years back, from the floor of the House of Parliament, the Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah made a statement that statehood of Jammu and Kashmir will be restored, and in 5 years down the line, nothing of that sort we can see on the ground. As far as Delimitation Commission report he was talking about, we cannot. Still has not been tabled in the Parliament. Still has not been accepted. See, you cannot restore democracy in Jammu and Kashmir. The first and foremost thing for the government is to restore democracy. See, Jammu and Kashmir has not had elections from last 10 years. It's been almost 10 years that Jammu and Kashmir has not had elections. It's been almost 6 years that Jammu and Kashmir had not had any elected government. So when they bifurcated Jammu and Kashmir into two parts, unilaterally bifurcated, without taking the consent of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, they promised that it would be a corruption-free government. But nothing that of sort is coming on the ground. And I would say that for BJP, they are making promises every day. Now, even during election, because we knew that elections are going on, Lok Sabha elections are approaching, and BJP is doing everything to divert votes. But only the people of Jammu and Kashmir will teach them a lesson only after elections are over.
Okay, we'll find out what happens when the elections are over. Mr. Hussain, how do you respond to what Mr. Rana has said, that the BJP is known for not fulfilling its promises? Then why should the people of Jammu and Kashmir risk their vote?
I just want to remind Rana that it's not about only assembly elections. You want us, Jammu and Kashmir should be ruled by 90 people. But there are ULB elections which has already happened. There were DDC elections, 3-tier panchayats right now. More than 30,000 of elected people are right now doing service to the people. So why are you demeaning those elected people? Don't you think that they were elections? Or do you think only assembly members is the elections? And when Honorable Amit Shah ji has already communicated that at due time, after delimitations, elections will happen. So you be ready for the elections. Why you are propagating all these unnecessary things? When 370 is buried under the ground, why you are again taking that thing out? And I'm telling you very clear that these 30,000 people which got elected Either it is BDC, it is Sarpanch, it is DDC. They also got elected through elections. And your government they were never serious in conducting all these of elections because you just want to keep power within certain pockets. And that will backfire you. I'm very real. And I'm very sure when elections are happening, you'll get same result what you have done with the Kashmir. You think that by burning schools now today, as of now, when you see schools, they are running very smoothly. When it was your time, they were burning. You were putting hundreds of people in jail. Our home minister is saying that he will remove APASPA, and you are again questioning our intentions. What do you want to prove? What do you want to say to people of Jammu and Kashmir? You have held power from so many years, and you did nothing for Kashmir. When our prime minister, when our party is trying to do something and evaluate the livelihood of Jammu and Kashmir, and you are again questioning those things. I'm just trying to say is you should concentrate on positive things about issues of development. You should not mislead people with again those fake and hollow slogans of 370. That is buried. That will never come back. That is very sure. Because right now what you are saying is only after abrogation of Article 370. If Article 370 would have been there, you would never have seen such kind of development. You should correlate. You should think before 370 what actually you are doing, and after abrogation of Article 370, what our government is presently doing. G20, our formula car racing, tunnels, IIMs, IITs, schools, water to every household, power to every household. We have done ample things. We have got Ayushman Bharat to every individual of Jammu and Kashmir. We have given right to SC community. We have given right to Valmiki Samaj. We have given reservation to Pahadi community. We have given rights to SC community. We have given them empowerment in assembly elections. What you have done for the people of Jammu and Kashmir? You have never done. You are only doing divisive politics. You want to divide people on the name of religion. You want to divide people on the name of caste. You want to divide people on the name of regions. That is never going to happen. DDC elections or Panchayat elections was just a trailer of people of Jammu and Kashmir, how actually they took after abrogation of Article 370. And you saw the result. More than 80%
Let me get quick
elected
reactions.
people were from those parties who were against 370.
Yeah, all right. You made your point. We've also almost run out of time. Let me take quick reactions from Mr. Raina and end with Advocate Vineet Jindal. Mr. Raina, a minute to you and a minute to Mr. Jindal.
See the entire course of election campaign by NC and other people is based on anti-BJP platform. They created this anti-BJP platform in the name of Gupkar Alliance, as I said. And the main manifesto, the political agenda of Gupkar Alliance, as I said, is restoration of Article 370. You see, you have to remember, there was a time in Kashmir when the slogans by National Conference were raised as Azihund Yazat, Fazihund Yazat, Trat Satta, Trat Satta. That would mean the respect of Azi, the respect of Fuzzy is Article 370. Therefore, raising the pitch, raising the level of Article 370 to the extent that it is linked with the self-respect of Kashmiris, and that is the kind of situation they wish to get back. And that is not possible, as our colleagues have said, as they have made it abundantly clear that Kashmir today is on the path of growth, Kashmir today is on the path of development, and there are so many things happening down the line which probably we may not see. But one thing is very clear, that there is no stone pelting, that people enjoy nightlife, that people enjoy best of the cultural life which was snatched from them. There was a time when people were not allowed even to sing. So many things have happened, and I believe that the present elections are going to take place on the platform of development, on the platform of growth, and on the platform of youth empowerment. Not only that, but the empowerment of minorities like Pahadis, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, Valmikis. It's a feather in the cap of the government of India, because they made things happen, and that is what.
All right, Mr. Jindal.
Just say one thing, that whosoever, any politician from the Kashmir, if say that he is in favor of 370, he is against development of Kashmir, the overall development of Kashmir. We have already seen the development here, and the way the people are very happy. they are against the development. So I think
So basically
the
what it
people
means,
of Kashmir is
regardless
very
of what Mr. Abdullah said, people are not going to be swayed and wooed by some of these statements that have been made in the past to just gather and garner their votes and not giving them any hope for development and progress. Would like to thank all my guests for being a part of this conversation.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.